Had some first shots with the Palmetto State Armory trigger. 3.5 drop in. I'm pulling a little under 2.5 on my trigger measuring device, and I was having problems with some of these C Products magazines, but I'm gonna run this one as a ASC. The red dot is actually Palmetto's red dot as well, but it's on point. Put it on, try to bore sight it, but it's like it's where I need it to be. So let's see how this thing feels. So, how good is Palmetto State Armory's new trigger? Pretty damn good. All right, now we got some subsonics in here, 147 grains that I rolled myself. Let's see how these things keep up. Not too bad. Ended up with a double feed there, but you know, what do you expect? This thing isn't exactly tuned for that rate of fire. I'm back at it again with some 115 grain ball ammo. This trigger is pretty damn spectacular, to be honest. I'm not regretting getting to experience this at all. Alright, looks like I got a little bit of hammer follow. Surprisingly, since I was actually running the trigger instead of letting it just bump fire the hell out of itself. Like I said, I never tuned this thing to be able to run that fast. Man, it's that Colt lower from Palmetto State Armory. That thing, running the Colt mags, not only does it look better with that angle, but last round bolt hold open always works. So I'm gonna keep on running it and giving this thing a shot just to see if I can find an actual issue with it. But right now I'm finding none, except for the fact that it's making brass rainbows at an astounding rate. All right. Try these different mags one at a time to see if there's an issue with any of them in particular. C Products Defense last time I had the follower was coming up and it would drop out, but I did tighten the mag retainer. And let's see what happens now with this thing. Alright, I got some hammer follow. Open her up. Yep, set her back down. Same thing again. Alright, I've always had issues with high rate of fire, but I didn't actually tune these things just for making brass rainbows. Locked open. C Products good. Now we're going to drop in the ASC. Alright. Same thing there. Drop her back open. Lock that back. They will be nice. Give it a little bit of lubrication. I have not dropped any lube on that trigger, so we'll do that, see if it helps anything out. Might not. Same thing again. I don't know if that's on me just because I'm kind of bumping the crap out of it. Oh, there we go. All right, you see that mag fell out. That's from the follower. That was the ASC mag. Now, let's see, I don't believe that was on me. Drop this back down, see if there's one in it. Nope, nothing. Okay. All right. Well, all right, now we have our metal form. Supposed to be original equipment Colt. See how that thing works. Me being silly trying to bump fire this thing. Wouldn't surprise me if she's just a little warm. That's causing some problems there. But I'll keep trying because I can. So I can still hold it so it's not that hot, right? Good to go. not too shabby. Did have a last round bolt hold open. I guess once ejecting that last round and this thing pops up, it's just enough that it'll push up the last round bolt. So I'm assuming if I wasn't being silly and trying to run the crap out of this thing, that probably wouldn't happen. But I am being silly. I am running the crap out of it. So far the red dot's doing its job, just like any red dot should. I'm just ripping that thing right down the middle on that target. So I can say that I am not disappointed at all with this. I'll see if I can possibly drop this into some other variants I have. If you want to see me run this and my 10.5 inch, let me know. It's 10.5 inch 9mm palmetto state armory Glock dedicated lower. I'm a fan of the Colt pattern. It looks better. So the video and audio on this is going to suck because this is a cell phone. I don't want to drag all the camera equipment up here at the range. The normal place I shoot at. My buddy who was out of town doing some fishing stuff, so I want to at least come get some range time with this trigger. Check it out. I love it. I freaking love it. I love it a lot. I mean, it's way better than this thing here. Pulls 6.5 pounds or somewhere in there. Maybe just under 6. I can't remember. But this one does have now Palmetto's extended mag release on it. That's sent over from PSA, and it works pretty dang good compared to the plastic one that comes in there. I mean, it gives you a little mechanical advantage on that. So, you know, just checking out some of the new PSA parts. The optics working fantastic. The same optics, like $160, $170 from who's actually making it before they're putting their name on there. Raiden, I think it's Raiden. Every other spot does have the dot there, if you can see that in my crappy camera quality here. So you don't have to go all the way back to off on this, and it's working pretty flawless, man. I mean, it's not skipping any beats. This is only a 9, so I will put this on something, probably one of my 760x39 ARs, maybe the pistol. 8.5 inch, maybe the 10.5, somewhere in the middle. Something that'll beat it a little bit harder, see if it skips a beat and starts acting funny or not. If I had a rail on my shotgun, I'd put it on that, so I might have to do some drilling and tapping and make that happen, because I just like to see how much abuse this thing will take for people, because, you know, we like to know what things they'll do if they're worth it. Yes, there are better options like the Hollow Sun and Sig Romeo that have a shake and wake feature, so for roughly the same price you can get something with shake and wake. But you know, if you're like me, you don't want the same optic on every dang rifle or pistol or whatever you own. You don't want it. So far I'm gonna say it's a good option. If you want something just supporting PSA with their name on it, do it. I mean, like me, I have 3 Hollow Suns. I stopped buying them just because I don't want a Hollow Sun on everything. So I mean, I'd have like this is a AT3, you know, $130 optic. It's been phenomenal. It's got a little stupid laser on the side that I don't really care to use, but it's fantastic the way it's set up. I mean, and that right there, this would be priced competitively for something like the Palmetto State Armory piece. And this thing was zeroed out of the box at 25 yards, believe it or not, on this anyway. I don't know what it would be on a different rifle, because, you know, no two are identical. But at 25 yards, it was there. It was probably 3 inches, probably 2 inches low. So, like I said, I'm not disappointed in this thing at all, man. This is just a little miniature quick review to let me show you guys what happens when you rip one of these compared to the stock trigger. Because factory mil-spec trigger I had in this was like over 7.25. Dropped down to this, same measuring device, pulled 2.4 pounds. I did it again and again, just making sure it wasn't just me. It's supposed to be a 3.5 pound trigger, but my measuring device is mechanical, not electrical, so you might find something that's a little bit, you know, different as far as your measuring techniques should you decide to try it yourself, because mine's just a cheap one off Amazon that gives me a base between before and after. So you guys take it as you will. If you like what you've seen, let me know. I'm gonna drop this thing in something else. Probably, like I said, 7.62x39. Try that, see how quick it runs with it. Because I find myself, you know, I'm good at bump firing, if you guys can't tell. But it takes me, man, just it's hard to do it on a mil-spec trigger. Anything that's real stiff, because I can't get the weapon to rock on my shoulder or cheek weld or any of that with real stiff triggers. But I'm gonna keep playing with this a little bit. Try out my Glock dedicated lower. So I like that extended mag release, and I'll probably do extended review on some of that stuff later. But had to go out of town last week, so I'm back. My buddy's not able to let me go to his place to shoot, so I'm out here just trying this and just being dumb, just enjoying it. I wanted to see how it would do. I did not expect this trigger to work this good as far as just getting to play around like this. And you know, it's splitting this trigger. This trigger is splitting this target right down the middle. I mean, just 9mm, so it's not very violent. Yeah, it is on the light side with a 4-inch barrel. I think this is I'm trying to remember what that was. Call Valley, like I thought it was a 5-inch flash can or something out of there. But it's definitely got a cool look to it. I am about to order their other upper. It looks like this, except it's not key mod. It's M-Lock, and that's what I prefer. But it's a Gen 4. I don't have a Gen 4, so this is their, I don't know if you want to call it the Gen 4 Colt lower, but it is the Colt lower, the new one. I have all Gen 3 uppers, so I'm gonna go ahead and order a Gen 4 upper and put it on here, and then this will go back to a Glock dedicated lower that I have. So you know, I've been enjoying this thing today already. Just ain't been here very long, but yeah, like I said, if you guys want to see how well this trigger works in something like this, you can see it. It's fast, very fast. It's a nice trigger I've ever owned. I mean, I've usually just put a spring kit on an enhanced trigger, and it pulls very nice, but it's not like this. It's being a drop-in trigger. It does come with the anti-walk pins. I mean, it's a sweet drop-in. Only thing I have to do is pop out the safety selector, so drop your handle, get that thing to move out of there, drop it in, put it back together. So it's not a drop-in as if you can just drop it in without doing anything. You do have to pop the safety out. Safety selector drops out, drops in, bolt it in, put everything back together. So if you guys have been there and done that 1,000 times like I have, it's not a big deal. So, all right, see you guys next time. Well, I pulled out the big heavy buffer that comes with the Palmetto State Armory lower. I installed the H1 buffer I happen to have laying in the bag. So it's a little bit lighter. Let's see what happens. See if it does any better, huh? It's pretty damn good.